Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a storm, convinced that this is the worst thing that could possibly happen? We've all been there. We rush to label every setback as a disaster, every inconvenience as a tragedy. But what if I told you that the universe has a funny way of turning our greatest misfortunes into our most profound blessings? Today, let's explore this idea through a timeless story about a wise old farmer. Imagine a small, peaceful village nestled among rolling hills. In this village lived a farmer, known not for his wealth, but for his unshakable calm, and a single, magnificent horse. This horse was no ordinary animal. It was strong, fast, and beautiful, the envy of everyone who laid eyes on it. Wealthy merchants and nobles would travel for days just to make an offer, some bringing chests filled with gold. But to everyone's surprise, the farmer always refused. "This horse is more than property," he would say. "He is a friend." The villagers couldn't understand it. They called him foolish. Think of the security that money could bring. They'd gossip. "He's throwing away a fortune for a mere animal." The farmer would just smile and reply with a simple yet profound phrase, "Who knows what is good and what is bad? Only time will tell." Then one morning, the unthinkable happened. The farmer went to the stable, and the horse was gone. The gate was open and hoofprints led off into the distant mountains. The news spread like wildfire. The villagers, who once called him foolish for not selling, now pitied him. "Oh, you poor man," they lamented. "If only you had sold him. Now you have nothing. What a terrible disaster." But the farmer remained calm, his expression unchanged. He looked at his concerned neighbors and simply said, "A disaster? Perhaps. All I know is that my stable is empty. Who knows what is good and what is bad? We only see a tiny piece of the whole story. Everything happens for a reason." The villagers shook their heads, convinced the old man had lost his senses, along with his horse. Weeks turned into a month. Life went on. Then, one evening as the sun was setting, the villagers heard a thunderous sound. It was the sound of galloping hooves. They rushed out to see a breathtaking sight. There was the farmer's horse, not alone, but leading a herd of 5 more stunning wild horses, all as magnificent as he was. They had followed him right back to his stable. The village erupted in celebration. The same people who had pitied the farmer now congratulated him on his incredible fortune. "You were right," they cheered. "Losing the horse wasn't a disaster, it was a blessing. You are the luckiest man alive." They gathered at his home, marveling at the 6 beautiful horses that now filled his pasture. But the farmer's response was, once again, a surprise. He stood among the cheering crowd, his demeanor as tranquil as ever, and said, "A blessing? Perhaps. All I know is that now I have 6 horses instead of 1. Who knows what is good and what is bad? Be patient, be grateful, and keep the faith." His words were like a gentle breeze that quieted the excited crowd, leaving them puzzled once more. The farmer had a son, a strong and capable young man who was his father's pride and joy. Eager to help, the son decided to tame one of the new wild horses. He was an expert rider, but these were untamed spirits. One day, while training a particularly fiery stallion, he was thrown violently to the ground. The sound of a bone snapping echoed through the air. His leg was badly broken. The news was devastating. The village doctor confirmed that the injury was severe, and the young man might walk with a limp for the rest of his life. The villagers gathered once again, their faces etched with sorrow. "What a terrible calamity," they whispered. "These horses weren't a blessing, they were a curse. Your only son is now crippled. How will you manage the farm alone?" The farmer, sitting by his son's bedside, looked at them with the same steady gaze. "A calamity? Perhaps," he said softly. "All I know is that my son has a broken leg. We see the event, but we don't see the purpose behind it. Who knows what is good and what is bad? We must trust the process." Just a few weeks later, war broke out. The king's army arrived in the village, conscripting every able-bodied young man to fight in a brutal, bloody conflict far from home. Sons were torn from their mothers' arms, husbands from their wives. The village was filled with weeping and despair, as everyone knew that few, if any, would ever return. The army officials went from house to house, and when they came to the farmer's home, they saw his son lying in bed with his leg in a cast. "This one's no use to us," the commander declared, and they moved on. The son was saved. Because of his broken leg, he was spared from the horrors of a war that would claim the lives of all the other young men from his village. He was safe at home, healing, while his friends marched to their doom. The villagers, now grieving for their own lost sons, came to the farmer, their eyes filled with awe and understanding. "You were right all along," they confessed. "Your son's broken leg wasn't a curse, it was his salvation. Your wisdom is beyond our understanding." And the wise old farmer, looking out over his fields, simply smiled. "Who knows what is good and what is bad? Only time will tell. Be patient, be grateful, and keep the faith." This story holds 3 powerful lessons for our own lives. First, it teaches us to stop judging every moment instantly. We are so quick to label things as good or bad, success or failure. But life isn't that simple. An event is just an event. The story we attach to it is what causes our suffering or our joy. Like the farmer, can we learn to just observe what is happening without immediately slapping a label on it? Second, we must learn to trust the process. Life doesn't unfold in a neat, straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected detours. The path is rarely the one we plan. The job you lost might lead you to a career you truly love. The relationship that ended might open the door to finding your true soulmate. The broken leg saves you from the war. What feels like a dead end today might be the start of a whole new, more beautiful journey tomorrow. Trust that there's a bigger picture, a grander design that we can't always see from our limited perspective. And finally, the story teaches us the power of equanimity, of maintaining inner peace through both good times and bad. The farmer didn't get overly excited when he gained 6 horses, and he didn't fall into despair when his son broke his leg. He remained centered, knowing that both fortune and misfortune are temporary. They are just chapters in a much longer book. Cultivating this kind of inner stability allows us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with grace and resilience. So the next time you face a challenge, a setback, or a moment of uncertainty, remember the wise farmer. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, "Who knows what is good and what is bad?" Resist the urge to panic or despair. Instead, choose patience. Choose gratitude for the lessons you are about to learn. And above all, keep the faith that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Life is a story that's still being written. We're only on a single page, in a single chapter. We can't possibly know how it will all make sense in the end. So trust the author. Be patient, be grateful, and have faith. Because only when the full story is told can you truly understand why each and every chapter was written just for you. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you navigate your journey. Share your own blessing in disguise moments in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Until next time, stay patient and keep the faith.